Hey everybody, Travis from Figure Around and Find Out here. Sorry about the oddball camera angle, but my little ninjetti has stepped into the little ninjetti's room, and I'm about a third of the way through turning the current working compost pile here at Kilgore's Landing, and maybe a twofer today, because I'm also scheduled to check the bokashi that was buried in the finished pile and add 2 more buckets. 2 weeks have passed, so probably gonna film another after this. Hopefully get them both posted today. But wanted to post this video in brief. Don't look at anything unless I say something about how much I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Take any of this not as a how-to, but as a document of how I learned to. So don't take me as any kind of authority on compost, as evidenced by, I don't know if you can see them in the video, but we got some lumps in the pile here. If I find one, I'll show you where I had too much green because of the way my yard's laid out. The northern half of the yard has brown out the yin yang mixed in, the back half does not, and it makes getting my green and brown balance difficult in the pile. But and we've also, I don't know if you can see them or not, but we literally used the lawnmower and chopped up 2 wheelbarrows full of leaves to add to the pile to try and get the balance of green and brown better. But pursuant to aeration and saving one's back, I don't think my head's in this video. You can hear me. You know, as you do things, you figure out better ways to do them. So what I have found is that when I started this, I used the rake for cleanup as I was going along, as shit like this would get piled up a little bit with stuff that dropped between the tines of the fork. And then when I would get, oh, there's one of those clumps. See it? Yeah, it's not coming apart. That is too much green in parts of the pile, and possibly also anaerobic. So trying to mix brown in and counter that with aeration. But speaking of the aeration, before what I used to do is I'd use my, hang on here. Use my bedding fork here, John Deere bedding fork, and I'd get a scoop, and then I'd take it over to the pile where I'm dumping stuff, and then just kind of angle it and then shake it, and the clumpy stuff would sort of break up a fair amount, and also it would increase the aeration, you know, as opposed to just picking up a clump and flipping it over there. But that's a lot of effort. It's hard on the elbow. I'm old. I got a little tendonitis in the elbow, and it's also additional lifting and holding and shaking and all that shit. So what I have figured out is I take the rake and I can pull in from the sides as needed. Yeah, see, we're at lump shit. But if I pull from the top and as needed from the sides to keep the pile kind of cohesive, see how it's loosening that shit up? That's actually taking care of most of the aeration. And how this actually began was because this pile got so fucking large because of all the rain here, and we weren't able to cut the grass. It was so heavy and so dense that actually the tines of the fork were having a hard time penetrating into the pile, which is why I grabbed ye trusty garden rake. See, I'm pulling leaf litter over from this side where we added it to the pile. But I noticed not only does this busts it up and gets it loose where I can scoop it. Hang on, I'll show you. Hey, there comes my little Ninjetti. Doing that with the rake kind of pre-does the work of aeration, but also it allows me, Ninjetti everybody, allows me better control of the mixing, because I can literally pull shit from various layers, top, sides. Sometimes I'll go around to the back and shovel stuff forward just to keep the outside stuff from always being on the outside. But you see, once I've gotten a pre-working pile done with the rake, I don't know if it'll be in the camera shot or not. Let's come over there and dump it.
Yeah, we can see you doing that.
You still get a few clumps. Again, we're trying to take care of that by adding the brown and, of course, turning the pile every day for aeration. Because we definitely want that, oh, look at that steam. God, I hope it's showing up on the camera. I don't have my glasses on, and also it's backlit. I'm a son of a bitch. A hummingbird just flew through the fence, not 3 feet to the left of where that camera is. Neat. But anyway, by using the rake to loosen stuff up, it saves my back a little bit of lifting. I still have to turn all the compost, but I don't have to lift it and stand there and hold it and shake it to get it busted up and aerated. That's mostly pre-done with the garden rake. And you see, yeah, stop. You can feel when you've reached back into the main pile, because your tines will stop. So anyway, I'm not going to make you watch me do the rest of the pile, but that's sort of, as I'm fond of saying, the channel name is in fact a Figure Around and Find Out. Started as figs, but now I'm broadening into a generalized plant nerd as opposed to just a fig enthusiast. Oh, and actually the rake thing, it's actually, it has a point where it doesn't really work anymore. The pile gets short enough to where you're actually kind of just raking the remainder of the pile in this direction, as opposed to pre-aerating it. So past a certain point, you just sort of have to do it the old way with the bedding fork. But yeah, look at all that steam. So yeah, there's the remainder. I'm hoping this is all in shot. The bed I just pulled with the rake, and then the new location of the working pile. This also allows us to go through and get little bits of plastic that invariably get sucked up with the mower and raked up and all that shit. So anyway, that's my latest holding forth on compost, and probably gonna do another one in a little bit. Finish this pile, take a drink, take a break, finish my morning quart of coffee, and try and get out here and check that bokashi stuff before it gets too hot. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching my silly videos, and I hope you find them informative and entertaining in that order. And click the subscribe button, click that bell so you'll always get notifications, and stick around and see what we get up to next. This is Travis from Figure Around and Find Out, signing off for... Say what, baby?
I said don't forget to like the video and leave us a comment.
She says like the video and leave a comment. Oh, my gregarious ass loves that shit, so yeah, feel free to chime in. So,
Ask his opinion on something.
oh God, yes, ask my opinion. Oh, for fuck's sake, ask my opinion if you want to make me happy. So anyway, I hope your gardens are doing well, and y'all be safe, and hopefully bokashi video today too. Y'all have a good one.